What is up, guys? We have the Aiper Scuba X1 here, and this is the base model in the X1 series. Now, don't let the word base fool you. This is actually a very good premium robotic pool cleaner. So before I get into this review, I want to mention that Aiper did send me this cleaner here to review for free. Yes, I accepted a free exchange. No monetary compensation here, but I did take this for free so that I can test it out for you guys here. Keep that in mind. I will be including features that I like and features that I don't like, if any. Also keep in mind that this is how this X1 works in my pool back here, and your pool might be a little different, better or worse, but keep an open mind. Overall, I hope this review helps. So the Aiper Scuba X1 here is the base model in the X lineup. There's the X1 here, there's the X1 Pro, and then at the very far end, you have the X1 Pro Max, which is in a totally different category. Now, how does this X1 do in comparison? Well, let's talk about it. So when I first started testing out this X1, I realized that I've used this before. Yes, technically I haven't used this before, but take a look at this right here. This is the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro here. And this right here was last year's high-end model in the Scuba series, the Scuba S series. Now, this was a great premium robotic pool cleaner at a premium price tag. It did great in that sense. Using the X1 and comparing it side by side, it's almost identical on everything that it does. Performance-wise, they both do an equally great job at cleaning the pool. You can even see physically here, if I line it up side by side, that they look very, very similar. And this is because it is. So if it performs just about the same and it looks the same, why would you choose the X1 series, the new one here, over last year's S1 Pro? And that's very simple. You just have to ask yourself one question. Do you need the HydroComm Pro system? So the HydroCon Pro, let's talk about it. What is HydroCon Pro? Well, last year's model, the S series here, it was supposed to be included as an optional accessory for the S series. However, it didn't make it. It died out. It was no longer available. But by itself, the S1 Pro was a great choice. Still a great cleaner. This year on all the X1 series models, including this base model right here, you will have the option to use the HydroComm Pro system. And what the HydroComm Pro system is, an extra optional accessory. Yes, it's a physical accessory that you put into the pool, much like a floater, a chlorine dispenser floater in the pool, that you leave in your pool. And it'll do two things. One, it will monitor the status of your pool. So that's great. It'll give you all the information on your pool and tell you how swimmable your pool really is. Awesome. It's a monitoring device. Second, what the HydroComm Pro does is it gives you control of the cleaner while the cleaner is underneath the water of your pool. Yes, cleaners on the market use radio wave signals, so when it goes underneath the water, you will lose signals. Water absorbs radio wave signals, and you're unable to communicate with the cleaner while it's under the pool. That's why you're not able to change modes or to get the cleaner out of the pool when it has gone underneath the water. With the HydroComm Pro system, you will be able to control it while it's underneath the water. So that's a great benefit there. And those two options, having the ability to monitor the status of your pool and to control your cleaner while underneath the water, may be worth it for you. And that's where that HydroComm Pro system comes into place. Now, it is an extra optional accessory, so keep in mind that this optional accessory will cost a couple $100. Yes. And if you plan on getting the X series, it is a feature that you should look into. Otherwise, you have other choices like this S1 Pro here that'll do better in that sense. If you don't use the HydroComm Pro, you don't need to look at the X1 series. You can save a lot of money on different cleaners here. So now let's talk about the X1 and what makes it such a good choice. First off, this is what I consider a premium robotic pool cleaner. You're paying over $1,000 for this type of cleaner here, and it's got this really nice premium design here. You've got this really nice paint job that's sort of like a metallic paint job, pearl paint job over here. You got a nice black and a little hint of that turquoise teal popping right there. It's just got a really nice premium look to it. Even some carbon fiber down at the bottom. When you hold a cleaner like this, a premium cleaner in your hands, it feels nice and solid. It really does feel like a luxurious type of cleaner. Now the X1 here is designed to be used in pools up to 2,150 square feet, so some pretty big pools. So built inside of this X1 is a 7800 milliamp battery, meaning you get a 180-minute or 3-hour continuous runtime before you have to charge it. To charge it will take you roughly 4 hours to fully charge. Now, let's talk about charging. This is really great in the sense that there are 2 ways to charge this. Yes, first, let me take this off here and show you the front of this here. This is a port right here that you can unlock just like that and plug it in to the charger that it comes with. It plugs in the charge here. Yes, great. Standard, normal charging option. But as you can see right over here, there is a wireless docking station, also a wireless charging station. You see the terminals here on the back of this right here. You've also got terminals on the back of this here. Line them up, place this right on top right here. And just like that, it's charging. Very simple. I love the fact that it includes 2 ways to charge this. One, if you're charging it through the port, will be faster. But 2, because it's a wireless charging station, it is safer in general. There is no open port that you have to plug into. When you wireless charge it, this means that water will not seep into anything. It's safer in general and it eliminates the fire risk. Now, wireless chargers, when you put it on the docking station, will charge slower in general, but not by much. I'm more than willing to give up that extra charging time to have a safer charging system. Love the fact that you can charge this with a docking station that it comes with, or you can plug it in as well if you need it to be slightly faster. Now, one thing about all these new premium cleaners in the X1 series in particular is the fact that they're all heavy, hefty cleaners. This X1 here comes in at 24 pounds. Yes, a heavy cleaner. When you put this into the water, it'll get even heavier if you're trying to take it out because it fills up with water. Keep in mind that every gallon of water weighs about 8 pounds, so you might have a bit of an issue taking this out. Now, all these cleaners have water release technology built in, so it's able to filter the water out when you pull it up at the edge, but it's still heavy to pull out. You have to let that water drain. But the moment you're pulling it out, it will be heavy. In general, the more premium a cleaner is, the more it's going to weigh because of all the features, all the technology, the power that's built inside of the cleaner. So just keep that in mind. So built inside of the X1 is a really smart navigation system, what they call WavePath 3.0. And it just means that based off of what surface it's cleaning, whether it's the floor or the wall of your pool, it'll move in a preset pattern. It'll move in a cross or an S-like pattern on the floors, or it'll move along the walls in an N-like pattern to clean it. And this is just their smart navigation system. It's really nice to see, and it's able to adjust if there's any obstacles in the pool. Really neat. Now right here at the top here, you have a big grip handle for you to grip onto the cleaner here. Let me turn this around here to show you. You've got some sensors over here, sensors on the side right here, and on the other side over here as well. Just a ton of sensors. Lift this up here to show you right here. You can see it's got 2 sets of brushes, 4 brushes total on the front and back, some mini brushes on the bottom center right here, and you've got the inlet for debris to be suctioned into. Now, let me flip this around here to show you this right over here. This is an easy access top loading debris basket. Open this up and I'll show you this here. This is a sort of newly designed basket here, and I love it. It can get a little bit hard to push this open right here. It says press. You see that? I'll press this, and you really have to press and pull it to open it up here. But when you open it up, you get this huge basket. This is a 5-liter basket. And what's special about this basket right here is this right here inside. You see this? This is an ultra fine filter. Yes, it has a frame design, separate filter basket inside of the fine filter basket. Now this right here is where it's at. This is Aiper's ultra fine filter basket, and this is what they call micro mesh technology. You see this filter right here, this kind of cloth-like material right here. It wraps around the frame of this basket right here, and it filters up to 3 microns, which is very, very small. Basically, debris that you cannot see inside the pool, it will pick it up. You can see I've got leftover debris from when I used it last. I really appreciate the fact that on a premium cleaner like this X1 right here, it does include an ultra fine filter. Nowadays, with all these cleaners on the market in the $1,000, $2,000 plus range, you'll be surprised as to how many of them do not include an ultra fine filter. Now, for 90% of pool owners on the market, you will not need an ultra fine filter. You can just use a standard filter in general. A standard fine filter will work perfectly fine for about 90% of pool owners. It filters out small, medium, and large size debris, leaves, twigs, branches, insects, worms, even some sand, dirt, rocks. It'll pick that all up. But for people that do want an ultra fine filter, those are the people that get a lot of dust, a lot of sand in the pool. If you get algae in the pool, if you have cloudy and milky water in the pool, this filter, this ultrafine filter, will filter that all out, and you will need it. So it's really nice to have it as an option. Really nice that Aiper has included it on their debris basket system for the X1 here. Now, right here at the top right here is your control panel right here. To turn on, you push that power button right there, hold it for a few seconds, and it'll turn on. It lights up. And on this physical cleaner itself, you'll be able to access 4 modes. Right here, right now, it's on Waterline mode, and Waterline mode is special. Waterline mode focuses on just the waterline of your pool. When you access that waterline mode, either on the physical cleaner or on the app itself, what it does is it focuses on your waterline, and it does horizontal waterline cleaning. So this means that if you have a really dirty waterline and you just want to clean the waterline, it's more efficient that way. It goes along the waterline of your pool from one wall to the next, and it's just really neat to see. Very efficient, cleans much faster in general. Awesome. Now, if I push that button again to switch modes, you can see now it comes to this right here. This is what they call smart mode, or in other words, standard mode. This cleans your floors and walls of your pool. Push that again right here, and you have floor mode, cleans just the floors of your pool. And finally, right over here, you have wall mode, cleans the walls of your pool. Go ahead and hold this button to turn it off. Now, it's important to note you will get access to one more mode on the online app. That online app is really cool, really simple and easy to use. You get notifications, you'll be able to switch modes. But in particular, you will also have access to your weekly timer function, or the eco mode, on that app. If you want to be able to use this with your weekly timer to place it into the pool for it to turn on every other day, you will have to access that through the online app. It's a really nice feature if you plan on leaving the cleaner in the pool for a week at a time and you want less maintenance overall. Really great that there is a weekly timer function. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty about this X1 here. Remember, physically on the outside and the inside, it's very much like last year's S1 Pro model. So the reason why you're picking this up, this X1, any of the X1 series models, is the fact that you intend on using the HydroComm Pro system. If you do not, you don't need to purchase this X1 here. The HydroCon Pro system will allow you to use extra features, and that's what you're really paying for. Paying a couple $100s for those extra features that you intend on using. If you're looking for a smart cleaner with all the extra modes to it, all the extra features to it, then you have to invest in that HydroCon Pro system, and that unfortunately is an extra additional cost. So just keep that in mind. Now, something that you should know about the online app is that when you select the mode and you place it into the pool, when it goes underneath the water, it will lose signal. You can't control it anymore. You have to let it clean and finish its cycle before it comes out of the pool. That, or you use the little fishing hook that it comes with and you fish it out yourself. Where the underwater communication comes is if you decide to get the HydroComm Pro system and add it to your X1 later on, if you decide to do that. So keep that in mind. You will lose signal unless you have the HydroComm Pro system. So I talked a lot about this Aiper Scuba X1 here. Let's finally place it into the pool back here, and I'll show you how well it works. All right, guys, I have the Scuba X1 ready to put in the pool. I'm selecting floor mode. So let's go back to floor mode right here, floor mode, and let's place this into the pool. It'll sink down and start cleaning. Now, the X1 is on right now. It is on floor mode, so you can see I've got a tanning ledge right here. Will not climb up the tanning ledge. Only focuses on the floors of the pool. It will also not climb up walls as well. You see it goes up to it, but it doesn't climb. This is normal for floor mode. It will only focus on the floors of the pool, so keep that in mind. Now on floor mode, what it does is it moves an S-like pattern along the floor, or a cross pattern along the floor. You can see it pretty much move from this way to this direction. You can see it go straight up over here, but you'll be able to see it do its cross action pattern right here. Now over here, I've got some main drains over here, 2 of them. Let's see how the X1 does on the main drains. In this case, it just pretty much went along the edge of them, so that's good. It went along the edge, didn't get stuck on it. Now this one's moving a little bit closer to the main drain, but it turns away. Okay guys, I have the X1 now on wall mode, so let's see how it acts on walls here. Now that is a corner right there, you see that? Weird angle right there, but look at it. Go up, still able to climb up there to my very steep ledge at the top right here. No cleaner will go up this. This is about 6 inches worth of water. It will not climb up that. You need a minimum surface area, I know that. So it made it all the way to the top though, so that's neat. Should go back down and climb along this wall over here. There's my tanning ledge, 4 feet tall, straight up, right over here. See that? Going straight up. Able to make it over the tanning ledge. Up to the water line there. Awesome. I've also got a little skimmer opening right there, so should be able to get by that as well. Now the X1 has been on my main drain. I have one right here, but it's right on top of one right now, and it's been there for a little bit now. It looks like it's moving around, so it will take a little bit of time. You see that? It's coming loose now. So if you notice it on your main drain, kind of stuck, just give it some time and it should be able to get itself off of the main drain. Okay guys, I have switched the X1 to waterline mode here, and in this mode it'll focus only on the waterline of the pool as it moves along. So let's watch this here. I've got 5-foot tall walls up here, able to climb up to the waterline here. Scrubs it. But now, because of that horizontal waterline cleaning, it's moving to the left over here. You see that? You can see the line right there, and it's moving towards the line over here. So that's neat. More waterline coverage this way. Really great if you have a dirty, dirty waterline. Now it's going back down, but it should come right back up and finish this wall here. Now, did you see that? It moved over, it went down and went back up. Now it's still continuing along this wall here. Now, when it does that, it's programmed to go a certain amount of distance. It did miss a portion of the water line. Not much, but it did miss a portion of it when it went down to move over a little bit. So keep that in mind. You see it's moving right now along the edge. It's pre-programmed for a certain distance, goes back down, moves over a little bit, and goes back up and repeats the process. Now, from where I'm standing right here to over there, before it goes back down, that's probably a good 7-8 feet worth of distance of waterline cleaning before it goes down and moves over a bit. And it does this basically to tell where a corner wall is. You see that corner right there? It kind of ended perfectly in that spot there, but now it'll be able to turn and move and transition to this wall over here. See that? It's turning right now. So it lined up perfectly in that instance. But again, remember that distance it takes when it moves over. This part right here will be missed when it climbs and cleans this water line over here. That's just part of the water line cleaning there. Judging by where it came up to here, I'm going to say that it'll move to about right over here, I would guess. Somewhere right over here, I would say. where my finger is right here. That's my estimate. I was spot on. I said right over here, judging by the distance. So it is about 7-8 feet before it goes back down, moves over a little bit, and climbs back up the wall. Now we'll stay in this section right here because remember, it's going to move along for about 7-8 feet worth, so that's why it looks like it's stuck in this section, but it's only programmed that way. When it goes back down, it'll move along this wall over here, probably get up to this point and move along this part right here. Now it should have just about enough surface area to go over the ledge to the water line over here. Before it was in between this one right here, but you can see right here, just enough for it to go. Climb up to the water line there. And even on top of this ledge right here, it's moving this direction on the water line as well. So that's neat. Okay guys, so you can see I have a ledge over here, bigger part of the tanning ledge over here and the thinner part here, so it's able to climb up and over the ledge. This is waterline mode, so it will reach the waterline here, but you'll be able to see it move along this edge right here. Now up here I have a very shallow step, only about 6 inches worth of water. There's no cleaner that will climb up this step here. It's just how it is. It needs enough surface area to climb up. As you can see, it's kind of sticking out of the water right there. Tanning ledge itself is about 14 inches and it's totally fine cleaning and moving along that, but the shallow step, 6-7 inches, it will not climb up. So just keep that in mind. Okay guys, I've taken the X1 out of the pool. Now I've turned it off. Now I want to show you the debris right here. This opens up and that's that debris basket right here. I'll set this right here. And to open this up, you want to push that press button right here. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but let's see if I can get it. There you go. And you can see all that debris inside right there. Now take a look right here. I'll try to push this all out here. Toss it all out, I mean. There you go. You see that small, medium, and large size debris right there. But take a look at the ultra fine filter. I had this on floor mode. You can only use this on floor mode here. So I'll take this out here and show you. Look at all that small debris inside on that ultra fine filter. Look at all that right there. How small and how much it actually picks up. This is heavy. This is hefty. Remember, it's that 3-micron ultra fine filter here, but it really does capture all the debris. You see that? This is the outside. It looks like it's not dirty, but the inside, totally filled up there. Pretty awesome filter here. So you guys can see that the Aiper Scuba X1 here works really well in my pool. If you're in the market for a robotic pool cleaner and you want a very nice premium robotic pool cleaner, then the X1, the base X1 here, might be all you need. Keep in mind that the X1 series is made to be used with the HydroComm Pro system. You will want to use that HydroComm Pro system, and if you remember, it will be an extra cost. If you're okay with that, and you want extra optional features with that HydroComm Pro system, then the X1 here is definitely a good choice. Definitely a robotic pool cleaner here. I recommend.
We hope this review helps.